This is the Angry Beauty Doc, the podcast where beauty gets real, the Botox gets spilled, and nothing is off limits. Let's inject a little honesty in an industry filled up with myths, misconceptions, and the never-ending search for flawless beauty.
Here we are, the Angry Beauty Doc. This is the first episode of our podcast that we are starting here from Zurich, Switzerland. And I want to use this first episode as an introduction to show you who is behind that podcast, which plastic surgeon is behind that podcast, and then give you an overview about the episodes of this podcast that are coming out. So, let's just do the introduction of who am I? My name is Konstantinos Jiouchas. I'm a board-certified plastic, reconstructive, and aesthetic surgeon based here in Zurich, Switzerland. And how did I become a plastic surgeon? I studied medicine in Germany at the RWTH Aachen. That's one of the 5 elite universities in Germany. After finishing my medical studies, I continued with my residency in Germany. So I wanted to become a plastic surgeon from the beginning of my residency. So I started my general surgery common trunk. These are 2 years that you have to do in Germany if you want to specialize in surgery. So in those 2 years of residency, the first 2 years, I had general surgery, I had orthopedic surgery, I had to work in the emergency rooms, intensive care units. And then after those 2 years, you specialize in Germany. So you go into the direction you want to go for your specialty. I chose plastic surgery as my field, and I found a residency spot again in Western Germany, where I continued until 2014 or 15, where I finished with my exams this plastic surgery residency. So to finish this plastic surgery residency, you have to do a couple hundreds of specific surgeries and go through all those pillars of plastic surgeries. Those 4 pillars in Germany are reconstructive plastic surgery, burn victim, burn unit plastic surgery, hand surgery. Hand surgery in Germany is part of plastic surgery because of the microsurgery origin. And the last one is aesthetic surgery. I covered all those fields during my residency. After becoming a plastic surgeon, I wanted to become a consultant in plastic surgery. It's called Oberarzt in the German-speaking countries. Applied in several university hospitals, and I got a spot here in Zurich in 2015, which I accepted this offer. So I moved from Germany to the German-speaking part of Switzerland, here in Zurich. In 2015, worked as a consultant, doing also shifts for hand trauma, because this was part of our plastic surgery department. And in 2017, I decided that if I want to become an aesthetic surgeon, I have to go into private practice, because to be honest, aesthetic surgery is not a big thing in the hospitals. So in 2017, I became an independent, self-employed plastic surgeon here in Zurich, Switzerland. And in 2018, I opened up my private practice called Zurich Plastics. The private practice was in the center of Zurich here, next to the Apple store. And I did the surgeries in the hospital. In 2020 then, I opened up a second spot because I didn't have enough room for the laser treatments that we do in my private practice. So I opened the Zurich Plastics medical suite in Zurich. After another 2 years, I decided, you know what? I want to stay here in Zurich, Switzerland. It's a nice place to stay. I will cover that over the next episodes with my guests. And I decided to stay here. I said, you know what? Let me build my own clinic. So I did that. And we opened up in 2022, Zurich Plastics, the clinic where I am right now. It's a clinic for plastic and aesthetic surgery. We have our own surgery rooms. It's a class 1 surgery room and a private practice surgery room. We have a daycare clinic. We have a sterilization unit for the instruments, overnight suites, examination rooms, treatment rooms, and the Zurich Plastics Academy where I train doctors. And this was in 22. Fast forward 2025, I can say that we are running a successful business here, with my specialty being breast surgery, body contouring with liposuction and Renuvian skin tightening, and facial surgery. So these are my specialties. This is what I do mainly here in Zurich, Switzerland. I also, over the years, became a trainer for two of the biggest companies for hyaluronic acid and Botox, botulinum toxin. It's Allergan AbbVie and Galderma for those non-invasive treatments. And I also became a speaker for this Renuvian skin tightening device after liposuctions. So yeah, this is an overview about the doctor who is behind this podcast. And I had that idea of developing this podcast, creating this podcast, because I'm in this field of aesthetics. And the field of aesthetics is a field full of myths, misconceptions, snake poison salesmen. Misconceptions, what I already said. There are a lot of trends in aesthetics, good ones, bad ones. And to be honest, it's a really weird medical specialty. It's an uncontrolled specialty. We see a lot of bad stuff happening in aesthetics. And over the years, with those congresses where I go as a speaker with the people that I meet all over the world, I developed a network with very intelligent, talented, skilled surgeons and aesthetic physicians. And I think it would be nice for patients to have also like insights of this knowledge that we have. So I will plan on inviting a lot of guests in this podcast. We will have facelift surgeons. We will have experts in filler treatments, experts in complication treatments, experts in breast surgery, liposuction revision cases, lifestyle treatments, because especially with this whole longevity stuff that is happening all around, I do have to admit there are a lot of non-evidence-based treatments that are out there. And people seek for the truth, to be honest. And this is what this podcast is all about. Sometimes I will argue with my guests. Sometimes we will be a little bit sarcastic about this industry and have a little bit of irony about this industry. But yeah, if you're into all of that, I would be very delighted and very happy that you will continue watching those following episodes. So again, my name is Konstantinos Jiouchas. Welcome to this beautiful podcast called The Angry Beauty Dog. And yeah, let's get it started.